Pennington, and alongside in car 33, third fast time for Carl Stapleton from St. Paris, Ohio. The Columbus, Ohio back row consists of second fast time Zero Hill and your fast qualifier, car number 12, and new track record holder. He already held it, but he broke it, his own record tonight, Don Renner. 4 cars, 4 laps, your limited Sportsman Trophy Dash. Cars still lined up in formation. We've been experiencing some excellent side-by-side racing the last several weeks here at the Speedway. The second groove has been very formidable, and the guys have been utilizing it halfway this time. Stapleton now slips a bit. 27. Your leader is Robin Pennington. Second now Stapleton. He'll still try that high groove. Figures, what has he got to lose? White flag. Now Zero Hill moves up to challenge Pennington. He'll try to look to the inside down the backstretch, but no going into turn 3. And the winner will be Robin Pennington. Second finishes Carl Stapleton. Third to Zero Hill. And finishing fourth, Donnie Renner. Interesting story about Zero Hill. Of course, his actual name, Don Hill Jr. A couple years back, his father, Heavy Hill, was racing here at the Speedway. And we have these forms that the guys fill out for the number of children they have. And on Heavy Hill's card, he put a 0 down. So ever since then, Don Hill Jr., Heavy Hill's son, has been known as Zero Hill. But the winner was Robin Pennington. So we'll have 3 heat races for the Sportsman Division. On the pole in car number 5, Bob Gruball, alongside in 44, J.D. Lease. The second row in car number 6, Tony Sines, and alongside in 31, Dennis Kelly. Then comes row 3, car 7, it's Mike Cyrus, and car 17, Sam Heckman. And finally in car 53, Russ Bob. 8 racing laps. The Sportsman Division, the middle class, so to speak, here at the Speedway. The late models are faster, but the street stocks are slower than these cars. So the Sportsman Division, the middle class here at the Speedway. The leader after 1 lap, car 31, Dennis Kelly. Dennis did some major reconstruction on the car over the past couple weeks. He has not been out, but he's back tonight. Dennis Kelly in 31. Car 17, Sam Heckman, is second, and 53, Russ Bob, is third. Heckman now tries to challenge in the outside groove. Still Dennis Kelly the leader. The cross flags this time by will signify halfway by the starter. 4 laps in the record books. And a yellow as Mike Cyrus spins in turn number 4. Mike Cyrus, a rookie driver in the Limited Sportsman Division, in car number 7. And he spins in the 4th turn. We put the 7 on the tail because he's the one that spun and brought out the yellow. So 3 laps now complete. Dennis Kelly still the leader. Sam Heckman is second. Russ Bob third. We'll try that halfway deal again, this time by cross flags. Now 4 out of 8 laps in the record books. 4 laps complete. And Sam Heckman will try the outside groove again. Heckman in 17. Again, a lot of folks think that asphalt racing is a follow-the-leader deal, but not here at Columbus Motor Speedway. We get a lot of two abreast racing. White flag this time around, and your leaders are side by side. White flag, 1 lap to go. Now Heckman inches ahead into turn number 1, and Heckman is the new leader. And your winner in 17, Sam Heckman. Second is Dennis Kelly. Third goes to Russ Bob, and fourth will be Bob Gruball. Bob Gruball finishing fourth in car number 5. Points are awarded, so that's how the non-championship points are figured. I'll tell you about the championship after this event. The lineup for the second heat race: John Strobel in 55, the feature winner a week ago, and Steve Scott in 11. Car number 61 is Dave Stacy, and 72 Craig Parker. Larry Peterson is at 71, and 74 Ken Sward. Rounding out the field, Jim Cruz and Terry Humphrey Jr. These gentlemen set out on a 8-lap journey, 8 laps for the Limited Sportsman second heat race. John Strobel in 55, your leader.
Stanley Cox, you're needed at the pit sign-in.
John Strobel, again the winner last week in the 30-lap feature event. For the Sportsman, the leader tonight in the heat race. Good race going on between Dave Stacy and Steve Scott for that second spot. 3 laps complete, 5 remain. Now Dave Stacy pulls ahead in 61. He is your sole second place runner. Steve Scott runs third. Craig Parker is fourth. Halfway that time by. The last time they were halfway. Stacy unable to make much of a dent in the lead by Strobel. It's still 2 or 3 car lengths. Starter Jim Paul pulls the white flag from its rest. And it'll be out this time around for John Strobel. White flag, 1 lap remains. Now Strobel stretches it out over Stacy, and barring any catastrophe, and it will be John Strobel, your winner. Second goes to David Stacy, third Steve Scott, and fourth Craig Parker in 72. Your winner, John Strobel in 55. Car is sponsored by the Ohio. a championship night. So it goes 200, 190, 180, 170, and so on, back through both qualifying and the feature finish. So that's how the points are totaled here at Columbus Motor Speedway. The lineup for the third heat race: Dick Kelly in 00, Randy Swart in 73, Bob Justice in 29, and 98 is Mike Rush. The third row, Mike Brown in 20, and 25, Jim Kidd. And on the tail, 02, Charlie Osborne. 8 racing laps for these guys. Dick Kelly. Kelly has been the master of the heat race action in 1991. He already has 5 heat races to his credit. Dick Kelly in 00. Being pressured heavily by both Randy Swart and Mike Rush. Swart on the inside, Rush on the outside, and they wait for Kelly to make a bobble halfway this time around. Slips back a little bit on the outside. Now Randy Swart, your sole second place driver. Rush tries to squeeze down in front of Jim Kidd, but Kidd says no cigar and takes the 4th spot. Now Mike Brown will try the outside. We'll see if he can do anything in 1 lap. White flag, 1 lap to go. Mike Brown, one of the guys who tests probably more than anybody in this division down here on test nights. Brown closing in on Kelly. Checkered flag out this time. It'll be Dick Kelly in 00. Second is Randy Swart. Third, Mike Brown. And finishing 4th, Jim Kidd. Again, these guys are permitted to practice down here at the Speedway on Wednesday and Thursday nights. And Mike Brown, I tell you, this guy doesn't miss many sessions. He's down testing just about every week, at least once a week. And the car 20 showing much improvement throughout the 1991 racing season. But not to take anything away from Dick Kelly. Dick is another guy. He doesn't do a lot of testing here, but he's how do I want to put this? A mature driver. I don't want to say he's old or anything, but a mature driver. Raced for years and years. He's from Ridgeway, Ohio. First time. This driver currently the NASCAR Mid-American Regional point leader through half season. Dick Dunleavy Jr. in car number 5. And on the tail, your fast qualifier, car number 7 from Reynoldsburg, Ohio. Terry's in, and Press Expressions printing the sponsors. It's Bobby Edwards. Understand Edwards, the fast qualifier, drew a number 10 out of a blind draw, so that means he will start 10th in tonight's feature, and the 10th fastest qualifier will start on the pole. Meantime, 4 laps for the late model trophy dash. Bussy Blackford takes the lead early from Robbie Dean. Fast qualifier Bobby Edwards is 3rd. Edwards, of course, drives that left-hander chassis that set the track record a year ago under the guise of Bill Cantley. Now Edwards, the owner of the car 7. Your leader is Bussy Blackford. He begins to stretch it out a little over Robbie Dean. Halfway the last time around. White flag for Blackford. Bussy Blackford with a big advantage in 55. They apparently have found something. Your winner, Bussy Blackford. Second is Robbie Dean. Third is Bobby Edwards, and finishing fourth, Dick Dunleavy Jr. So, Blackford the winner. That is his third Trophy Dash win of 1991. He's from New Lebanon, Ohio. The car is sponsored by Blackford's Auto Parts, MPH Crane Incorporated, and Jim Hale's Auto Electric. Starting up front in car number 90 from Columbus, Ron Freebus. Ron Freebus in 90, and alongside a graduate of quarter midget racing, originally from Dayton, Ohio, now living in South Bend. The car remains in Dayton, Ohio, but this driver has moved to South Bend, Indiana. His name, Steve Peck in 14. In the second row in car number 47, the only Larry Harris here tonight. From Columbus, Ohio, car 47, Larry Harris. Outside of row number 2 from Xenia, Scott Drake. In the third row, car number 10, Sydney, Ohio, the home of this driver. It's Wayne Watercutter. And alongside Wilbur Roby. And finally, in car number 19, Carlton Smith. And car 86, a name from the past, Skip Thornton. For the late model heat race, 10 laps. The leader is Ron Freebus. Running second, Larry Harris. Third, Scott Drake. 1 lap down, 9 remain. The lead trio, a tight pack. Freebus in 90. Drake tries to whittle underneath. Now Larry Harris off the throttle in 47. Scott Drake now will try the outside. Car numbers 90 and 91 race for the lead halfway this time, 5 laps down. And the new leader in 91 from Xenia, Scott Drake. Running third is Steve Peck. Fourth now, Wayne Watercutter. Now Drake begins to stretch it out over Freebus. Peck runs third. Watercutter fourth. White flag this time. 1 lap to go. And with his first heat win of 1991, Scott Drake. Freebus finishes second, Steve Peck third. Wayne Watercutter is fourth. car number 49, Ed Duncan, and alongside in car number 1, Terry Humphrey. The second row, the driver of car 36, Randy Van Zant, and alongside in car number 70, Joe Hill. In row number 3, the driver of car number 9, Dan Eves, and alongside in car 52, Ron Otto Jr. The fourth and final row, car 61, Mike Ward, and car 26, Bill Cantley. 10 laps for these 8 late models in the second late model heat race. Ed Duncan. Second now, Terry Humphrey. Third is Joe Hill. Duncan still the leader. Ron Otto Jr. is third. Joe Hill fourth. Now Otto begins to reel in the leaders. And Ed Duncan off of it in car 49. Duncan slows in 49. So now assuming the lead, car 1, Terry Humphrey. Otto is second, but he appears unable to make a dent in Humphrey's lead. They'll be halfway this time. Closes in on Humphrey. The leaders race side by side through turns 3 and 4. Joe Hill is third, Cantley fourth. White flag out this time by. Otto with a half car length advantage. The winner will be Ron Otto Jr. Second is Terry Humphrey, third Joe Hill, and fourth Bill Cantley. So Ron Otto Jr., the winner of heat race number 2 in the late model division. Otto's been splitting his time between Winston Racing Series competition here at the Speedway and the ARCA Supercar Series on the short track events, but he's here tonight. 44, Joe DeFelice, and alongside in 66, Paul Baker Jr. The second row in car number 2, that's Dan Brown, Danny Brown in 2, and outside your fast qualifier, his qualifying time 17.43, Gary Carter. 4 cars, 4 laps, the Street Stock Trophy Dash. three sideways off the fourth turn coming to green. And now he inches ahead of Paul Baker Jr. for the lead. Danny Brown now is second. Gary Carter up to third. And Danny Brown will be disqualified for that incident. Brown out in car number 2. So a 2-car race now. Gary Carter the leader. White flag this time for Gary Carter. Paul Baker Jr. is second. Whenever someone, especially in the street stock division, runs into the back of somebody and they spin out, that car is disqualified. Your winner will be in car 26, Gary Carter. Second goes to Paul Baker Jr. and third, Joe DeFelice. Mike Taylor, and alongside Mike in 89, Herb Pennington. The second row consists of car 28 that's driven tonight by Fred Hartzell, and car number 90, Eric Nachman. Row number 3 in car 98 is Dean Stuckey, and alongside in 00, Ron Mangus. Then comes the fourth row. That'll consist of car 69, Clyde Trowbridge, and car 77, Don Townsend Jr., and finally in 15, Steve Snap, and 87 somewhere in there, Randall Borman. Borman is scheduled to start 6th. So we'll have to get 87 in front of 00, and then we'll have a start, or a lineup rather. Cars, 8 laps, your first heat race in the street stock division.
Have Dan get over there with Mike's gate. Get Mike and tell Mike to come over there. Tell Dan to go relieve Mike and have Dan and Mike come over there and see if you can get a straight scoop out of him as to exactly what happened. I know that's probably in the middle of this meeting. We ought to have a reduction if we're going to have any.
Herb Pennington with a wild ride through turn 1 and 2. And a red flag as we've got hard contact. Looks like Randall Borman is moving. I saw his window net come down, and Clyde Trowbridge has his helmet off, so I think everybody was okay. So keep in mind, coming up at intermission, we'll be calling off those lucky numbers, and there's some nice prizes courtesy of CarQuest Auto Parts and AC Delco here tonight, here on CarQuest Auto Parts AC Delco night at the races. Meantime, back at the ranch, one lap is down. Herb Pennington, the leader. Mike Taylor is second, and that's Fred Hartzell third. They have 7 laps to go. Fred Hartzell makes quick work of Mike Taylor, and Hartzell is up to second. Now Hartzell slips a bit down in 3 and 4, and Taylor forges back on the inside to challenge for that second spot. Herb Pennington still the leader. Three abreast around turn 4. Still Herb Pennington. Now Dean Stuckey is second. And Stuckey will set his sights on the leader, Pennington. And Dean Stuckey, the new leader in 98. Steve Snap now works on the outside of Herb Pennington, and Snap moves into second. Steve Snap in 15. Now Snap works beneath Stuckey on the backstretch. They'll complete lap number 6 this time around. And the new leader is Steve Snap. Third is Herb Pennington. White flag for Steve Snap. And the winner in car number 15, Steve Snap. Second is Dean Stuckey. Third, Herb Pennington. And fourth, Fred Hartzell.
If who does? I ain't going to do it.
Steve from St. Paris, Ohio, married with one little one. He's an auto glass maker by trade. So, intermission follows this event, so this race and then intermission. Car 63, Craig Osborne alongside Butch McAllister. Second row, Dave Dysinger and Tom Idle. In the third row, 04 is Buddy Townsend, and 25 is Daryl Parsons. Row number 4, car 4, Phil Gussler and Mike Schweier. Then comes Jim McCulley, Big Daddy Don Parsons, make that Donald Parsons in 22, and then Big Daddy Don Parsons on the tail. 8 laps for the street stock second heat race. Again, this is the final event before intermission. And Craig Osborne is the leader. McAllister is second, but now Buddy Townsend up to challenge Butch for that second spot. 1 lap down. Still Craig Osborne, Buddy Townsend, Butch McAllister. Now Phil Gussler joins the fray in car number 4. Osborne slips high in turn 1, and Buddy Townsend challenges on the inside. They'll be halfway this time. Three abreast over there in turn number 3. If he gets in a big pissing contest about it, we'll just tell him, well, we'll pay heat race money, so you want heat race then. Osborne still fends off Townsend. He wound up in too fast to heat race. He should have been able to start the only remedy we can do is pay to go to heat race. Just tell him we're going to do it. The white flag this time by for Craig Osborne. Or will it be Buddy Townsend? Townsend nipping at his trunk lid. Mike Schweier now moves on the outside. Schweier up to 3rd. The winner will be Craig Osborne. 2nd goes to Buddy Townsend. In 3rd, Mike Schweier, and finishing 4th in car number 4, Phil Gussler. So an exciting heat race. The 2nd straight stock heat race here on CarQuest Auto Parts, AC Delco, Night at the Races. And the street stock's 30. That's what I guess now. And also on Delco Firecracker Championship. We'll start at the back and come up the inverted cars, and then we'll go to the front, starting in car number 14. It's 22nd position, I believe. I'm not sure about that. Car number 14 from South Bend, Indiana, Steve Peck. Steve Peck in 14. Next up, in car number 43, from Columbus, Ohio, Wilbur Roby. Wilbur Roby in 43. The next car, number 10, from Sydney, Ohio. The driver is Wayne Watercutter. Wayne Watercutter will start 20th on the field. Starting in 19th position, car number 19, from Centerville, Ohio, Carlton Smith. The next driver, one of the rookies out here in the late model division, car number 2, from Miamisburg, Gary Estes. And in 17th starting spot from Columbus, a veteran driver here at the Speedway, car number 90, the familiar number 90, Ron Freebus. Speaking of familiar, car number 86 is next. Hadn't raced here for 3 or 4 years. I talked a little bit earlier to him, but he's back out here in late model competition. Skip Thornton. Skip Thornton in car number 86. Starting in 15th spot from Miamisburg, Ohio, the current point leader here at Columbus Motor Speedway, John Vallow. Moving up to the next row, in car 47 from Columbus, it's Larry Harris. And alongside him, in car number 91 from Xenia, Scott Drake. The next car, car number 49, a veteran late model racer, Ed Duncan. Then comes car number 1 from Grove City, the Humphreys Engine Service entry, it's Terry Humphrey. Now we'll go to the front. In car number 36, all the way up front on the pole, one-time feature winner here in 1991, Randy Van Zant. And alongside Randy, the track champion in the limited sportsman division a year ago, he's the guy who had a heck of a race with Randy on the night that Randy picked up his first feature win. Car number 70, currently 5th in the Mid-American regional point standings for NASCAR, Joe Hill. Row number 2, another one-time feature winner here in 1991 from Columbus, privateer racer Dan Eves. And beside Dan in the second row, car 52 from Columbus, Ron Otto Jr. The next driver from Mechanicsburg, Ohio, he is a mechanic. Car number 61, Moore's Excavating, one of the sponsors. It's Mike Ward. Alongside Mike in row number 3, car 26 from Columbus, the current track record holder, Bill Cantley. In row number 4, car 55 from New Lebanon, Ohio, second generation racer, the MPH Crane entry, Bussy Blackford. And alongside him in car 94, four-time feature winner in 1991 here at the Speed. Car number 94, the Big Bird, Robbie Dean. The next guy in car number 5, he currently leads the Mid-American Regional point standings for the NASCAR Mid-American region. The Perkins Auto Sales entry, it's Dick Dunleavy Jr. from New Carlisle, Ohio. And last but not least, your fast qualifier tonight, the car sponsored by Terry's Inn, car number 7 from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, Bobby Edwards. "22 cars, 75 racing laps."
You want to play it now? You ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful night for racing. Gentlemen, start your engines. Here on AC Delco, CarQuest Auto Parts Night. Eves and Ron Otto Jr. in row 2. Row number 3, Mike Ward and Bobby Edwards. 22 cars, 75 laps, one more lap, and we'll be underway for the CarQuest Auto Parts AC Delco Night at the Races, the Firecracker Championship. Sit back and enjoy NASCAR Winston Racing Series late model action at its finest. and Hill, your front row, they lead around 21 now. Racers with 75 grueling laps to go. And believe me, I know this place is a grueling place to drive on. You're always in a corner. So it's going to be a test of man and machine. Complete 5 this time by. And Dan Eves, the new leader. Eves in 9, Van Zandt in 36. Again, it'll be interesting to see. I'm not sure why Dan Eves pulled in and removed the hood. It might have been an overheating situation, or the hood pins might have been coming out. We're not sure. But the 9 car with the hood off. So once again, it'll be interesting to see what aerodynamic difference that makes in the car number 9. Randy Van Zandt is second. Third is Mike Ward. Fourth is Bussy Blackford. Fifth is Ron Otto Jr. 7 laps down of this 75-lap feature. Mike Ward now moving alongside of Randy Van Zandt for second spot. Van Zandt slips back a notch, but comes back in turns 3 and 4. They'll chalk up 10 laps this time around. Ward will try the outside. And yellow flag for Joe Hill. Not a smart place to stop, Joe. Joe Hill in 70. Apparently with a flat tire. Under caution, they are allowed to go to the tail, but Joe nearly caused a major accident. Normally when people do that, we don't like it, but when they do it, they normally at least stop in the corner. Hill stopped right in the middle of the front stretch. Ford the leader. Now Blackford challenges on the outside. Blackford on the inside. And Blackford, the new leader. It's Blackford, Otto, and Dean, your top three. Complete, 50 to go. John Mallow now up to fourth. Dunleavy is sixth. 8. Blackbird on the low side. Robbie Dean on the outside. Halfway this time, halfway. Second. Robbie Dean, John Dallow, Bussy Blackford, Dick Detlevy. down. To go. Up to third. Dick Dunleavy is third. time. White flag. Robbie Dean. And the winner of the CarQuest Auto Parts AC Delco 75 lapper, Robbie Dean. John Ballo second. Third, Dick Dunleavy third, Bussy Blackbird, and Ron Otto. His fifth feature win of 1991 here at the Speedway. The man in black is for real. Let's hear it, Robbie Dean. Feature win number 5 for the Big Bird. He and the 21 car of John Vallow so evenly matched. They stayed about the equal distance, I should say, for the last 50 laps or so. So an excellent race. The CarQuest AC Delco Firecracker Championship. I'll try to get you a top 10 rundown momentarily. Out there getting the trophy and the congratulations from Bob Fording of CarQuest Auto Parts. He'll also get flowers for his significant other. A preview of things to come from the infield. Racing laps. Second, a tussle between Mike Rush and Bob Justice. Complete, 25 to go. Russ Bob and Sam Heckman make contact over in turn number 4. Bringing out the event's first yellow was Robbie Dean. Second, John Vallow. Third in the late model feature, Nick Dunleavy Jr. Fourth went to Bussy Blackford. Fifth was Ron Otto Jr. Finishing sixth in car number 1, Terry Humphrey. Seventh in car 26 was Bill Cantley. Eighth in number 7, Bobby Edwards. Ninth in 36, Randy Van Zant. And rounding out the top 10 in car number 70, it was Joe Hill. Don Renner, 9th, Ken Sward, and 10th, Dick Kelly. White flag will get us start the next time around. 15 circuits completed. Make that 14. 14 laps down. Of the laps of this 35-lap sportsman feature. And Bob Justice slow on the restart in 29. Justice with a problem in 29. Halfway, Zero Hill on the outside of Carl Stapleton. Now Zero Hill on the outside of Jim Kidd. Zero Hill is second. Randy Swartz still the leader. The brother-in-laws first and second. Jim Kidd is third, and a good run for Kidd.
Better say brothers in common law.
Was pointed out, Swart and Hill, brothers in common law, technically. And now Mike Rush. Mike Rush to the inside of Jim Kidd. Rush is up to third. And Zero Hill wastes no time at all going to the outside of Randy Swartz. Zero Hill, the new leader. Hill all the way from ninth starting position, and he's the new leader. And now Mike Rush is second. Swart back to fourth. Carl Stapleton is fifth. 5 laps to go. this time for Zero Hill. Second, a tight battle. Don Renner tries to move inside of Mike Rush, but he doesn't pull it off. Your winner will be Zero Hill. Second goes to Mike Rush. Third is Don Renner. Fourth, Randy Sword. Fifth, unofficially, Carl Stapleton. And finishing sixth, Steve Scott. Steve Scott came all the way from 17th spot in car number 11 up to, I believe, 6th spot. So Steve Scott, a good run in car number 11.
12, 73, 11, 10, 70, 20, 31, 29, 60, 1, and 7.
The winner, Zero Hill. Hey, Zero, I'll see you at 8 o'clock in the morning to fix my heat pump. Don Hill Jr. works for Advanced Air Heating and Air Conditioning. He's an air conditioning, heating and air conditioning technician. His car is sponsored by Jegs Automotive, Kennard Siding, Big JR Towing, All City Auto Wrecking, St. Amant Motorsports, Automotive Services, Lindy's, Family Memories Studios, Matco Tools, and Dick's Trailer Sales. He's out there getting the trophy from CarQuest Auto Parts. Awesome. Okay, the first chance I'll get, I'll give you the top 10 feature finish in the sportsman race. But meantime, it's street stock time. 30 racing laps for the street stocks. Don Townsend Jr. has been disqualified for breaking out. He's much faster than his qualifying time. So Townsend disqualified for going much faster than his qualifying time. The new leader is Steve Snap in 15. 15 the leader. 04 Buddy Townsend is second. 98 Dean Stuckey is third.
Red, sit quietly, please. Minus 15 nothing.
Are complete. Snap the leader in 15. Buddy Townsend is second in 04. Third is 98 Dean Stuckey. And now Craig Osborne is up to third in car 63. Mike Taylor off the track on the backstretch. Okay, Steve Snap with a spin on the front stretch. '04 Buddy Townsend is disqualified. So the new leader is Jim McCauley. Jim McCauley at 33, the leader. Second is 63, Craig Osborne. Third in 22, Parsons the third. Halfway, 15, actually now 16 laps completed. 16 laps complete. So it's still Jim McCauley, Donald Parsons the third. Carter is up to third spot. Then comes Craig Osborne and Joe DeFelice, your top five. To go this time by 10 laps. Car 33 down the backstretch, the leader. Parsons in 22 is second. Carter in 26 is third. Now Donald Parsons the third to the inside of Jim McCauley. And Donald Parsons, the new leader. Second now is Gary Carter. Third is Jim McCauley, and fourth, Joe DeFelice. But here comes McCauley back to the inside of Carter. 5 laps to go. Now Gary Carter moves to the high groove to the outside of Donald Parsons. The leaders side by side through 3 and 4. Still door to door for the lead. They encounter the lap traffic of Clyde Trowbridge. White flag this time. Now Carter with a last-ditch effort. Danny Brown is up to third. And your winner, Donald Parsons the third. Second is Gary Carter. Third, Dan Brown. Fourth, Joe DeFelice. And fifth, Jim McCauley. So a good race caps off the evening of racing in the street stock division.
Not too bad.
Quickly, I'll give you the top 10 finish in the limited sportsman. Again, this is the top 10 in the limited sportsman feature. Car 0, Zero Hill, the winner. Again, this is in the limited sportsman race. 98 in limited sportsman was second. That's Mike Rush. Third was Don Renner. Fourth was Randy Sward. Fifth was Carl Stapleton. Finishing sixth, Steve Scott. Seventh in car number 10, Robin Pennington. Eighth in 00, Dick Kelly. Ninth in 71, Larry Peterson. And 10th in 02, Charlie Osborne. Again, that's the top 10 finish from the limited sportsman feature. Sponsored